Aloha sports fans, and welcome to the 2014 NCAA Hawaii Summer Basketball League playoffs. I'm Gary Dickman, and to my left is the color commentator for today, longtime player at UH and in this league as a player and a coach, Gilbert Hicks, who is also coaching the team in the second game of today's playoffs. Today's first game is a quarterfinals match that pits Wealth Strategy Partners, number 4 seed, against GRANTCO Pacific, the number 5 seed in this tournament. These two teams split their 2 games this season, and Gilbert, you've seen these teams play, you've coached against them. What are your thoughts on the chances for GRANTCO tonight?
I think GRANTCO has to stop Christian. I think that is the key. He goes to free throw line more than any player in the league, and you got a 6'7", 6'8" guy that leads your team in scoring and free throw attempts. That's the man that we have to take care of.
Now, this playoffs are a little different because of that storm last week that never really hit us. We're playing 4 games today, all 4 on Olelo TV, and teams will have to play 2 games, the winners of these 2 games. You might have to play 2 games today. That's a good problem to have.
Well, there's definitely a good problem, but most of these guys have played in one-day and 2-day tournaments somewhere in your career. So you know to stay hydrated. After your first game is over, get off your feet, lay down, try and shut your eyes for a few minutes because everybody's played 2 games. That's how you play in the gym.
A little different for this league also. I think playing this game a week later, some of the players have gone back to school, some players have gone to play professionally overseas, so the rosters might be a little shorter than previously. Still waiting for some exciting games coming up today, and we're just minutes away from the first game with Wealth Strategy Partners, who was last year's champion, going up against GRANTCO Pacific. Should be a great game coming up. And we are getting ready for the jump ball. GRANTCO, now we want to talk a little bit about them. We mentioned Christian Stanhardinger. We also have Jeremy Robinson, former University of Hawaii standout. He has played professionally overseas. One of the best high school players this past year from Maryknoll School, Joshua Burnett, is playing for this team as well. What are your thoughts on those players, Gilbert?
I think Joshua Burnett is the one to look at. Robinson's going to get his points as a player, and everybody knows that, but you don't know how good the high school player is and how intense he will be playing, because with a catalyst like that, he may offset Christian's free throw shooting.
And we've seen a lot of great talent out of these 2 teams this year. Now let's talk a little bit about the Wealth Strategy Partner. As I mentioned, last year's champion, they are without Julian Sensley, who's been injured this summer. He has not played. But they have one of the better players from last year, former Chaminade player Wally Coulibaly. He's been really good. Former University of Hawaii standout in football and basketball, Maya Ostrowski, is back playing this summer. The Broadus brothers, who have done a really good job for Wealth Strategy, they are not in action. They are back playing professionally wherever they are playing, so they'll be a little shorthanded as well today.
They'll be short on the points. The Broadus brothers, between those 2, that's 30 to 40 points a game. That is a big loss. You know, that is. Plus, they were brothers. They play well together,
right?
And then what you want with a scorer is to make other people cut, because when you have a scorer, your attention is on him, and the other guys get better shots. It elevates the team.
I think coaching is really going to come into play today as well. With the rosters a little depleted, Marco Johnson for Wealth Strategy, Alan Silva for GRANTCO are definitely going to have their work cut out for them. And we're going to talk to the defending champion coach, Marco Johnson, in just a second for Wealth Strategy Partners and get his opinion on tonight's game. And he's going to get seated right here in just a second. And we will get Marco here. Marco, thanks for coming by.
No problem.
And you're the defending champions in this league. You're playing in the first round tonight. What are your thoughts on playing possibly 2 games today, or for you, hopefully 2 games?
We're kind of limited with numbers. We only have 6 guys today, and the core of our team is not here. But you're just gonna have to take it game by game and play by play because we are limited with numbers. So we gotta.
Do you have any eligibility left in this league?
Actually, I do, but I'm only good for 3
You're that
minutes
smart
at
of a
time.
coach to know you should just coach. Now, I've talked to you
Definitely.
throughout the season, and a couple things you mentioned is that what really wins in this league is defense, and running in transition. Are you still going to employ all that with only 6 players?
Yeah, that's definitely our mindset. We're going to play defense, try to double team the post, and try to run in transition. Hopefully they won't get back into transition defense.
Even with 6 players, I think one of the keys, obviously, is staying out of foul trouble for your team as well.
Definitely. That's one thing I told our guys. Even though we're out of position, we're just going to put our hands up. They score over us in the first half of the post. That's okay, but we want to go in the second half with fouls to give so we can play with more energy.
A few weeks ago, you beat GRANTCO Pacific by 30-plus points. You shut down a guy in Christian Stanhardinger, the leading scorer in this league. What were the keys for playing defense like that?
putting 2 guys on them and praying.
Oh, maybe that'll work today. Well, we wish you good luck. If you win, what are your thoughts on what your team will do between games?
We'll be try to grab some fluids, stay hydrated. Then we'll get loose. We'll go over there and talk about the game strategy for the next game and have a nice, good warm-up for the next game.
Okay, well, we wish you good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you after the game. Thanks,
Thanks
Marco.
a lot, Gary.
All right, and that was Marco Johnson for Wealth Strategy Partners. His opposing coach is going to join us right now from GRANTCO Pacific, longtime coach at Farrington and played in Chaminade, coach there, Alan Silva. Hi, Alan. Thanks for joining us.
How you doing?
Now, your thoughts on tonight's game. Again, with the storm last week, you possibly could be playing 2 games. Is your roster depleted from maybe players leaving to going to school?
Many players leaving, going to school. We have a total of 6 players tonight, and but it works out because Wealth Strategies has 6 also.
Yeah, like a 6-on-6, first team to get to 30 could win. And do you coach any differently with only 6 players?
Yes, I call a lot more timeouts.
Kind of like Artie Wilson, I think, in this league.
Yeah.
And as far as your strategy for a team that beat you a few weeks ago by more than double digits, about 30 points, what are your strategy to maybe slow them down in Wealth Strategy?
Number 1, play defense tonight. We didn't play much defense the last time, so we got to help each other. Okay. And stop their shooters.
If you win the game, you'll be playing a second game tonight. A few hours later, what would you do between games?
Between games, we'll just hydrate and just get ready. Yeah, but we have to finish this first before we even thinking about that.
Right. Seems like the same strategy for both coaches. Well, we wish you good luck. It's going to be a fun game. We have 4 games coming up here, and the team that wins this first game will be playing a game again at 6 o'clock tonight. So hopefully we'll see you there. Thanks,
right.
Alan. Appreciate that. Okay. And that was Alan Silva joining us here, the coach of GRANTCO Pacific. Again, both teams only 6 players, so hopefully neither team will get in foul trouble, and that might make it a little more fun if you see a 4-on-4 game. I've played in leagues where that has happened. Gilbert, have you ever played in a game or coach where the team has less than 5 players?
Yes. It's such a rare strategy, and it's like, I mean, like 6 of your guys are fouled out, and then most referees try and avoid that because it creates all kind of things.
So we'll look forward to that. Again, 6 against 6 tonight. Both teams are really good teams. Again, the defending champions and Wealth Strategy partner. And, they're going to try to knock off GRANTCO Pacific, a team they beat a few weeks ago by 30-plus points. Christian Stanhardinger, as we mentioned, the leading scorer in this league, and he is staying in Hawaii for these playoffs before starting his professional career. Jeremy Robinson, another great player on the team, and hopefully they will have their stamina and energy today. And kind of a hot gym here at Manoa Rec, but we are looking forward to some great basketball coming up, and we're getting ready for the jump ball. And we're going to let you know who the referees are first before we go over the starting lineup. We have Tony Colazzo, Thomas Yoshida, and Mel Hoffacker refereeing today, and we're getting ready for the starting lineup. It might be easier to say who is on the bench because there's only going to be basically 1 guy on the bench. But for GRANTCO Pacific, we have Jeremy Robinson, Joshua Burnett, Christian Stanhardinger, and let me get the other starters as they make their way to the court. We've also got Brian Mason and also Ikaika Phillips from Iolani. And we await the starters for Wealth Strategy. I see Keola Stitzel out there, played on the championship team last year. Wally Koulibaly is on the floor right now. Lajuan Porter, doesn't say what school he is from. And Maya Ostrowski, also a starter. And we'll get the 5th starter in just a second. Getting ready for the jump ball right here on Olelo TV. And the 5th starter for Wealth Strategy is James Davis from HPU. And they start the jump, but it is a legal jump, and they will give the ball to Wealth Strategy, moving from our left to right.
That was an illegal tip. That's why I went to them.
And we got Keola Stitzel bringing the ball past court. Maya Ostrowski over to the left. Shot in the corner by Lajuan Porter. He misses. Jeremy Robinson brings it all the way down court, goes in for a layup, and no real defense there. He makes the layup 2-0 GRANTCO Pacific.
That's his style right there.
Keola Stitzel brings it up. He goes in for a layup. It is blocked by Farbet Farman from HPU. He's been in this league a few years, 6'11" center out of HPU. He blocks the shot out of bounds. Wealth Strategy partners will inbound underneath their basket.
Look for a cross on the big man. They have to get him away from the guards so they can get a shot up.
And I'm not sure if this is going to be indicative, but we've seen both teams kind of be a little hesitant on defense, maybe to try to save their energy and fouls and layups for both teams. Wally Koulibaly brings it in the paint. He gets it knocked away by Christian Stanhardinger. Ikaika Phillips brings the ball, tries a little alley-oop pass to Farban, who misses it. The tip-in is in by Joshua Burnett, and GRANTCO Pacific leads 4-0. Porter brings the ball up. He drives baseline. It is blocked again by Farman. We'll have to think twice about that. Phillips brings the ball up court, gives it to Christian Stanhardinger, thinks about a shot, then puts it up. It is short. Koulibaly with the rebound. He advances past midcourt to Stitzel. He drives in, and he is fouled as he is attempting a pass to Maya Ostrowski.
Wealth Strategies has to take its time and look for more outside jumpers. They challenged the inside twice and got 2 turnovers and 2 fast breaks.
Now we have an early timeout. There's 19:04, less than a minute played in this first half. Alan Silva indicated before the game he was going to call a lot of timeouts to save his team. I believe that timeout was called by Marco Johnson, and he is not happy with the team's offense right now. You can see him demonstrating how to get in transition.
Well, their transition has to get with the boards. They can't seem to get the ball off the boards, but it's very, very early. So it's a game of not let them get ahead, take some outside jumpers, and take a shot. Don't get it blocked.
Yes, that'd be a good strategy right there. I would imagine you'd really want to conserve your timeouts if possible in case this is a close game down the stretch. Conserve some energy and be able to make some substitution. We'll see how it goes. The first timeout again by Wealth Strategy. They inbound under their basket out top to Koulibaly. He gives it over to the right side, and it is driven into the lane by Jordan Ranch now in for Wealth Strategy. He comes in, Stitzel with the jumper. It is short, and Farman with the rebound over to Jeremy Robinson advancing past midcourt. He gets a screen by Stanhardinger, goes left, tries to layup, it is out. Farman with the rebound. He is short, and Maya Ostrowski comes up with the ball. He is driving in transition right now. Gives it up to Stitzel. His third block shot of the game. Stanhardinger now in a 2-on-1. Alley-oops to Jeremy Robinson. A little off in the pass. The ball is hipped in by Jeremy Robinson and is now 6-0 for GRANTCO Pacific.
Well, Jeremy did point his finger up, and I'm glad Christian saw it.
We got Ranch trying a three-pointer, and it is long. Koulibaly with the offensive rebound, brings it out top again. Stanhardinger covering at the top of the key. A little screen left. Koulibaly still with the ball. Looking for somebody cutting, tries a three-pointer, and it is long. Rebound bounces out to Jeremy Robinson. He takes it past midcourt. He drives in the lane, passes off to Farman. He tried the lefty hook, and it goes in, and it is 8-0 GRANTCO Pacific as Koulibaly brings the ball up to Porter. He drives, passes it over into the corner to Maya Ostrowski. He passes it over to Koulibaly. He tries a little reverse layup. It is off the mark. Farman with another rebound. He is really commanding the boards tonight. Jeremy Robinson bringing the ball past midcourt.
Here comes the post in. There it is.
And Stanhardinger gets the ball covered by a much shorter Koulibaly, gets blocked out of bounds. GRANTCO Pacific will inbound under their own basket, leading 8-0, 17:30 left in the first half. Jeremy Robinson gets the inbound pass, drives in the paint, a little spin move, and he goes in for basically an uncontested layup. It is now 10-0.
No size to slow him down on the inside.
And this is the team that lost by about 35 to Wealth Strategy just a few weeks ago, but they've got it ready today and up 10-0. Stitzel with the ball. He drives in the paint, little spin move, passes it off to Ranch. Out to Porter. Porter thinks about it. He drives in the paint, and he gets blocked and fouled at the same time. They will call the foul, and I believe that is on Farbad Farman from HPU. And now we'll have 2 free throws coming up for Wealth Strategy.
Well, I hope his 2 free throws break the ice for them because these are the only 2 shots they might get as uncontested. Every time they've tried to drive, they've been blocked.
That's the first shot is long.
So they have to either get confidence in the outside shooters because none of the shots hit the glass.
Right. And Porter up for the second free throw. It is good. They make their first point for Wealth Strategy. It is now 10-1 GRANTCO Pacific. 17 minutes left in the first half. Jeremy Robinson, covered by Maya Ostrowski, brings the ball into the paint. He goes in for a layup, and he is fouled.
Also, there's a little change of strategy. They're trying to double Jeremy out front to get the ball out of his hands.
And Jeremy Robinson going for 2 free throws now.
Third team foul.
16:53 left in the first half, 10-1 GRANTCO. And Jeremy Robinson makes the first free throw, takes a couple of steps back, and he will go for free throw number 2. 11-1 is the score.
If he misses, they can't let GRANTCO get their own rebound.
And nothing but net for Jeremy Robinson. 12-1 as Wealth Strategy with Wally Koulibaly bringing the ball past midcourt. Covered by Christian Stanhardinger. Brings it outside to the right corner. Waiting for a screen. Nobody there. Gives it back up top to Stitzel. Over to the left to Ostrowski. Back to Stitzel. Thinks about a shot. Dribbles it back out. Tries to draw a foul. Nothing there. Koulibaly in the right corner. Now he is covered by Ikaika Phillips. And another block for Farman from HPU. That's got to be his fourth of the game. Porter with the layup. It is blocked at the buzzer. Joshua Burnett in transition. Gets the ball knocked away. And it is picked up by Walt Strategy. Jordan Ranch picks up the ball to Wally Koulibaly. Nice little baseline pass to Stitzel. And he brings it outside to Porter. He tried the three. It is off. Stan Hardinger with the rebound over to Ikaika Phillip from Iolani to Jeremy Robinson driving in again. Layup is short. Koulibaly with the rebound. And he takes it into the paint. Off to Maya Ostrowski. Nothing there. Back out top to Ranch for a three. That is long. And the ball goes out of bounds. Well, the outside shots are not falling for Walt Strategy right now either.
But the thing is, Farmar is getting tired. They move one of the big men out of there, it might be a little different game.
And he has been a dominant force underneath tonight.
Oh, for the boards
Joshua
and
Burnett
for
with the ball.
blocks.
Stan Hardinger for his first three. And it is good. Christian's first points. He leads the league with 45.9 points a game. 15-1 the score. GRANTCO with the lead. 15:28 left in the first half. Ranch with the ball, looking to drive baseline over Farman. Doesn't block it. He makes a nice reverse layup. Nice move by Jordan Ranch, and it is now 15-3.
That was rim protection there. The rim protected Chris from getting to the ball. Here they come with the double. Here they come with the double.
Farman with the ball, gets to the corner to Phillips. He takes a three, and it is good. Nice shot by Ilani Ikaika Phillip. 18-3, GRANTCO Pacific, as Koulibaly brings the ball up. Brings it over to Stitzel on the left. Gives it to Maya Ostrowski at the top of the key. It'll be a two-pointer, but it is short. Phillips with the rebound. Jeremy Robinson with the ball, very patient, but brings it up to Joshua Burnett, crossing midcourt. He's on the left side. He shoots the three. It is short. Porter with the rebound, almost loses it, gives it to Maya Ostrowski, who tries the layup, and it goes in. Nice little scoop layup by Maya Ostrowski. It is 18-5, GRANTCO Pacific.
They got a couple layups. They're getting out on the break now.
Jeremy Robinson with the ball, and his little fake drives right. It is off, but the tip-in is good by Farman, and it is 20-5 in this game. 14-15 left as Jeremy Robinson knocks the ball out of bounds. Maya Ostrowski will inbound for Walt Strategy over to Jordan Ranch. Back over to Ostrowski over to the left. Drives baseline. Comes back out with Stan Hardinger covering him. Koulibaly with the ball over in the left corner. Covered by Jeremy Robinson. 12 on the shot clock. He drives baseline. And it is blocked again by Farman, his fifth block of the game. In transition with Burnett. And the ball gets knocked out of bounds off of GRANTCO, and Walt Strategy will inbound the ball. Well, you've got to be really careful if you're Walt Strategy about taking it into the paint.
You definitely have to be careful. You haven't made anything in the paint except one shot. So you have to get your outside shooters to have a little confidence in themselves and get a jumper going, because right now they're sitting inside.
As we see Ranch with a three-pointer, it is no good. Rebounded by Burnett over to Stan Hardinger. He brings it in the paint. It gets knocked out off of his knee, but they call a foul on Wally Koulibaly as Christian Stan Hardinger was about to lose the ball out of bounds. GRANTCO will inbound under their basket with Ikaika Phillip inbounding the ball. We've got a substitution for Walt Strategy. I've got number 20, but I know that is not Rashawn Broadus. We'll try to find out who that is coming in the game.
30? Yeah, that's Cadell right there. That's him. That's number 30 that just came in.
Okay, Sean Cadell comes in for GRANTCO Pacific, and we'll get number 20's name for Wealth Strategy in just a minute. Again, both teams with only 6 players on the court. Kevin Nishiyama is number 20 for Wealth Strategy as he comes in, as Stan Hardinger takes his first free throw, going for number 2 right now. Had 80% free throw shooting this season for Christian Stan Hardinger, and he makes the second one as well. 22-5, GRANTCO Pacific. 13:25 left in the first half. Koulibaly drives, pushes Stan Hardinger back, can't make the shot. Farman with another rebound over to Stan Hardinger, brings it up court, and over to Burnett on the right side. Fakes his layup, goes back out. Farmon over the corner. Christian Standhardinger with a scoop layup, and it goes in, and he hits the deck. Another layup for Standhardinger. It is 24-5, and Marco Johnson is going to call a 30-second timeout. Looks very frustrated there. I think he's trying to figure out what's going on with his team dominating GRANTCO a few weeks ago, and now having the tables turned on them, trailing 24-5 with 12:59 left in the first half. Gilbert, you're the coach right now. What do you tell your team down by 19?
You tell your team the hardest thing to do is play for yourself. Don't embarrass yourself. Play as hard as you can. Everything now is hustle. Just to get back in the game, you have to hustle because you're not getting any offensive production and you have no offensive boards. Right now, GRANTCO has the size and the speed to continue to dominate this game till the end. Sean Condell is a very good three-man.
Well, we'll see how that works out for Wells' strategy partner as they inbound the ball. Nishima inbounding right now to Keola Stitzel.
Right now, GRANTCO has 4 guys on the floor that are all 6'5" and above.
And it's definitely showing on the boards. Strowski drives. It is not blocked. Nice little reverse layup by Maya. Strowski brings back memories from his UH days. Cuts it to 24-7. Cadell
okay, a little press.
Nobody
little press
for him. Standhardinger with a push-off as he gets the ball past him at midcourt against a much taller Keola Stitzel and just pushed him to make sure he got the ball. That didn't fool anybody. Even Standhardinger, who usually complains about calls, wasn't going to complain about that one.
That was a good action. But the 2 layups that Wealth Strategy has made were reverse layups. So they have to look at that as a clue for the game.
We've got another timeout, this one by Alan Silva. That is 24-7 with 12:36 left in the first half. Again, 17-point lead. If you are Marco Johnson, do you try to slow it down a little? I mean, what is your strategy? You said you don't want to embarrass yourself, play for yourself, but what about as far as trying to get in transition? Do you stay away from trying to drive on Farmon?
Shoot your jump shots. Hopefully you can make your shots and then try and press them. Because right now, as I said, they have 4 guys that are over 6'4" on the floor, so there's only really one ball handler. Like we saw the foul that was here, all the guards, the big men left, and that's where everybody was at half court. So I think he's trying to stretch them so they can press a little bit and maybe close the lead by tiring them out. And hopefully some of their outside shooters are getting warm because they are stone cold from the outside.
Right. I mean, they're down by 17. A couple layups made, even though they've had several blocked by Farmon. Farmon for GRANTCO Pacific. And Farbot playing at HBU has done a very good job rebounding, blocking shots. And as you mentioned, Well Strategy not hitting the threes at all. I don't think they've hit one today. They've just hit a couple layups and a free throw.
But Wealth Strategy is also missing a couple big men. One of their big men shows up, it would be a different game because I believe he can't shoot over Christian. That's why he's trying to dribble around him. He closes the shooting distance, and he's staying on him.
And if I'm not mistaken, the tallest player for Well Strategy is Wally Coulibaly at 6'3". And Ranch at 6'2" right now. Stitzel with the ball, covered by Cadell. Drives right after a little fake, gives it out to Porter, over to Coulibaly for a 3. And he gets nothing but net. It is 24-10.
Here's the press. Here's the press. That was his first open look. Here's the corner. He's going to the corner. Here it comes, right there. There you go.
Good strategy there. Down by Farmon baseline. Gives it to Christian Standhardinger for a 3. And it is nothing but net. 27-10.
That's how you
GRANTCO.
kill a press. Make the bucket.
Coulibaly with the ball in the right corner. Covered by Christian. Goes up for a 3. And that is nothing but net. He's starting to warm up. One of the better players from last year's championship.
They picked the pace up on the press now.
Joshua Burnett with the ball. Gets the ball tipped as he tries to make a pass to Phillip.
Oh.
Porter with the ball. Saved it from going out of bounds to Stitzel. Ball is loose. Coulibaly with the ball. Pulls back out. Gets blocked by Christian Standhardinger. And the foul is called.
I guess they feel that they're going to have to get Coulibaly going. He has 2 shots, and he's at the free throw line. Was it a shot? Nope, out of bounds.
And Stitzel will inbound the ball. 11:31 left in the first half. Coulibaly with the ball, top of the key, covered by Standhardinger. Fakes, pulls it back out. Fakes again, then drives in the paint, over the left lane, and it is blocked out of bounds. And Walt Strategy will inbound under their own basket. 23 seconds left on the shot clock. We got Porter with the ball, over to Coulibaly up top. Stitzel with the ball, drives in the paint, three-pointer, and it is short. Stan Hardinger with the rebound. Over to Cadell. He brings up past midcourt. Back outside to Phillip for a three from Iolani. It is off. Stan Hardinger had the ball but lost it to Porter. He goes in against Stan Hardinger, holds it off to the side, and makes the layup.
That was good. That was a good play. Never gave.
And then he steals the inbounds pass.
All right, now he makes this one. It's a closer game.
And Coulibaly rounding out as Stan Hardinger falls down after getting the rebound. No call. Cadell with the ball.
In the corner.
Stan Hardinger is fouled with 10:34 left in the first half. If I'm Wells' strategy partner watching games throughout the summer, I would want Christian Stan Hardinger to handle the ball. As great of a scorer he is, that is not one of his strengths, handling the basketball.
Neither is passing. But they also closed the lead down to 12 points. When they were down by 20, they made an 8-point difference.
Jeremy Robinson with the ball, gets a screen by Stan Hardinger, comes back out, then drives left. Little spin, gets the ball knocked away by Coulibaly. And over to Coulibaly again. He's going to try another three, and it is long. Stan Hardinger with the easy rebound. 27-15, GRANTCO Pacific. Jeremy Robinson with the ball, slowly advancing past midcourt. Another screen by Stan Hardinger. A little pick and roll there. Stan Hardinger gets the ball, and he is fouled going up for the layup. He will go to the free throw line again for 2 shots.
That was a had-to foul. As you see, the man is getting kind of
right now.
It's a lot closer game, and if you notice, Christian is down on his hands and knees. Now, if he gets too tired, it's going to be a different situation. He has 10 more minutes to go.
Stan Hardinger with his first free throw. It is nothing but net. Again, an 80% free throw shooter in this league, Christian Stan Hardinger.
But he is tired. He is tired.
He's going for point number 11. And he makes the second free throw, 11 points. 29-15, 14-point lead for GRANTCO. Porter with the ball, little fake over to Stitzel in the corner. He takes it in, pulls it right back out, covered by Cadell. Trying to muscle his way in, but he gets fouled by Sean Cadell of GRANTCO Pacific. They will inbound the ball, Walt Strategy, under their own basket. 9:52 left in the first half, 29-15 GRANTCO. Porter has the ball over on the right side, covered by Mason. Does a little fake, drives baseline, nothing there. Tries a pass, it is knocked away by Phillip. He steals the ball, brings it over to Sean Cadell. He advances it past midcourt to Jeremy Robinson on the left side, drives to the right in the paint. In and one. Great layup by Jeremy Robinson, and he gets fouled going to the free throw line for the three-point play.
That's a double clutch drive. He knew he was going to get contact, but he controlled the ball until after he got hit.
We had a 12-point lead, 27-15. It was cut down, and Walt Strategy, having a three, could have cut it down to single digits. They weren't able, and now it is a 16-point lead. Jeremy Robinson trying to make it 17, and he does. The free throw is good. 32-15, 9:35 left in the first half.
Jeremy Robinson made the difference. They put him back in when he's got the turnovers on the press.
Ooh! Oh. Stitzel with a little fake, and he is fouled by Sean Cadell, and he's trying to say he was going up for the three. The refs are saying, no, you weren't quite going up for the shot. Stitzel not happy with that call. Porter inbounding to Stitzel. He gets the ball again, covering by a much bigger Sean Cadell. In the paint, back out to Porter. He tries the three, in and out. The rebound is knocked away. Sean Cadell with the ball, over to Ikaika Phillip. Goes on the left side, holds the ball back, misses the layup. Brian Mason with the rebound, back out to Phillip. He drives baseline. It is around the rim and out. Another rebound passed over to Phillip, and he is fouled by Stitzel. Good foul by Keola Stitzel, because that would have been an easy basket for Ikaika Phillips.
Trying to keep it close. My man is huffing over there.
And Ikaika Phillips from Iolani goes to the free throw line for first of 2 shots.
One down, one to go.
And Wally Coulibaly back in the game for Keola Stitzel. Second free throw coming up for Ikaika Phillip. 9:03 left in the first half. And that shot is good. 33-15. Coulibaly with the ball. Over to Porter. Back over to Majastrowski. Little fake, goes in for the left-handed layup. Great move by Majastrowski.
Christensen's not back, and Farmer's out. See if they keep wearing him down. Look, here comes the screen.
Jeremy Robinson dribbling behind his back, goes in for the layup in the paint. It is no good. Koulibaly in transition, covered by Stan Hardinger, pulls it back out. Maestrowski again for another layup, just tears through Jeremy Robinson. Alan Silva not happy about the defense. Jeremy Robinson standing there as Maestrowski goes in basically uncontested for another layup. Still a 15-point lead, 34-19 for GRANTCO.
And I can tell you right now that Marco's probably talking to him about a press. And Jeremy Robinson is probably going to be the one that's going to be able to break the press. That's what gave him the lead back, and that's why the lead went down. So here we're going to go see in the next 8 minutes if Christensen can keep himself healthy enough, because the second game is going to be telling. If you notice, he is huffing. So I don't know if it's the conditioning or he's just tired for the day.
8:43 left in the first half, 34-19, GRANTCO Pacific with the lead. If you're Alan Silva now, what are you telling your team? How do you handle the press if Walt Strategy employs that again?
Take your time. You're not in a hurry. You got a 15-point lead. I mean, take your time, pass the ball. You got 10 seconds in the back court, and you got 30 seconds in the front court. Take your time.
And we'll see what they'll do, if that, the next time the press is employed by Walt Strategy.
But
Jeremy Robinson with the ball.
Jeremy's not going to dribble into the corner. Knows everybody's down low. Here we go.
Stan Hardinger now. Spins move in the paint. It gets blocked by Ranch. Nice block. Giving 7 inches to Stan Hardinger, but he gets blocked the shot. Christian again tries baseline. Nothing there. It is stolen by Porter. 3-on-1 goes right in for the layup. And it is now 34-21. The closest Walt Strategy has been in an awfully long time since the beginning of the game. Cadell with the ball. Back out to Mason. Nothing there. Looking for Cadell, posting Maestrowski down low. Spins to the baseline, and he makes a little bank shot layup as the lead is back up to 15. Maestrowski with the ball. Looks to Koulibaly, holds it himself. Back to Porter on top, covered by Mason. Drives in the baseline on the right side. Throws up a little hook shot. It is not even close. Robinson with the ball in transition to Stan Hardinger, who misses the easy layup, but Jeremy Robinson there for the left-handed layup.
Follow the ball in. Follow the ball.
Koulibaly with the ball, 38-21 GRANTCO. Maestrowski in the paint again, barely misses the layup. It bounces off the front of the rim. And GRANTCO in transition with Ikaika Phillip. Layup is short. Jordan Ranch with the rebound. Advancing the ball past midcourt. Over to the right side, left side for Koulibaly. He pulled back for a long three, and it is nothing but net. Wally Koulibaly, a great three-point shooter, and it is 38-24 now, 14-point lead for GRANTCO.
If they get the ball to him a couple more times, because Christensen is not guarding him as tight as he was before.
Jeremy Robinson waiting for the screen by Stan Hardinger. Little pick and roll. Stan Hardinger gets the ball. Layup is no good. Loose ball covered by Ranch. He goes in for Koulibaly with a left-handed layup, and it is good. And this is the closest now, Walt Strategy, down by 12 with 6:38 left. Plenty of time for them. Great comeback. Jeremy Robinson with the ball. Little spin move in the paint. Spins again. Pass to Stan Hardinger. Beautiful move and pass by Jeremy Robinson. Nice shot by Stan Hardinger. 40-26.
That's understanding the players that you're with. He kept playing until Christensen's man left him.
Porter with the long three, and that is nothing but net. The threes are starting to fall for Walt Strategy partners now. And it is an 11-point lead, 40-29, 6:08 left. Plenty of time left here in the ball game and in the first half.
Here we
Cadell
go.
with the ball on the top of the key, covered by Ranch. Passes it over to the left to Jeremy Robinson. Back over to Mason. Ikaika Phillip with the three-pointer from the left corner. That is good.
That is killer.
43-29, 5:47 left in the first half. Ostrowski drives baseline.
Oh,
gives it
what a
over to
pass.
Ranch.
Oh,
Beautiful
God, that
no-look
was great.
pass.
That was great. That was great. They were shuffling cards.
Nice pass by Maestrowski, giving the easy layup for Ranch. 43-31 as Cadell has the ball on the left side, covered by Ranch.
Oh, hey, this is the good part. This is the good part.
Good defense by Ranch. Blocks the first layup, but Cadell gets the rebound and puts the second shot in. 45-31. Ostrowski with the ball on the right side, covered by Jeremy Robinson. Back over to Porter, covered by Mason. Fakes, goes into the paint, almost walks, gives it back out to Koulibaly for even a longer three. Doesn't even hit the rim, just a backboard. Stan Hardinger trying to get a fast break going. The ball is loose.
Oh, hustle.
And it goes off of Koulibaly. I'm not sure if that's what Stan Hardinger's strategy was. He kind of was lucky that Koulibaly was there because otherwise Christian Stan Hardinger would have lost the ball out of bounds. Now Jeremy Robinson will inbound with 5:01 left.
But that's a high school drill. When the ball goes out of bounds, you look at the ball to make sure they don't throw it off of you to get the pass.
Stan Hardinger gets the inbound from Jeremy Robinson, gives it right back to Jeremy, gives it back to Christian, a little give and go, and Stan Hardinger with the easy layup. Those two guys have worked well together throughout this league.
Oh, yes. Both are level with Division I players, so they know what's coming up.
Koulibaly with a layup right against Christian Stan Hardinger. Farbot Farman back in the game for GRANTCO. Stan Hardinger bringing the ball up, covered by Koulibaly, goes in and kind of losing the ball on his way up, but they call a foul against Wally Koulibaly. And that is the third foul on Wally Koulibaly. Marco Johnson is going to take him out of the game and put Porter back in for Wells strategy. Laquan Porter coming back in. Koulibaly will probably sit out the rest of this first half with 3 fouls. 1-1. And Stan Hardinger makes the first shot. 48-33.
Jeremy Robinson, if he missed, might get this rebounds. He's working that young kid.
And Christian makes the second shot, improving on his 80% percentage for this league. Stitzel with the ball, over on the right side, back over to Porter. And I'm told Wally Koulibaly with 4 fouls in this game. Stan Hardinger with the rebound. We might not see Wally Koulibaly in the beginning of the second half, I would imagine. And with 6 players on each team, that's part of the deal for both sides tonight. Jeremy Robinson with the ball, drives right, hesitates a little, gets the shot, it misses. Stan Hardinger tips the ball to himself and puts it in. 51, now the lead back up to 18. It was down to 11, but GRANTCO getting it back up, 51-33, 18-point lead. Ranch in the paint, out to Dishinima for the 3, and it is off. Farman with the rebound. Stan Hardinger slowly bringing the ball up past midcourt. In all the games I saw this year, I think Stan Hardinger sat out 4 minutes in one game. He played basically all 40 minutes every game this season. Joshua Burnett, haven't seen much from him in the first half, an air ball on the baseline jumper. Ranch with a little spin move, and it is blocked out of bounds. And they call a foul on the play. So Jordan Ranch will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Jordan Ranch playing at Cabrillo College right now. 3:29 left in the first half, 51-33 is the score. And Ranch misses the first free throw.
Wealth strategy needs
Wally Koulibaly does
shots.
lead Wealth strategy with 13 points right now. Jeremy Robinson 13, and Christian Stan Hardinger leads all scorers with 20 for GRANTCO Pacific. Ranch makes the second free throw, 51-34, 3:29 left in the first half. Joshua Burnett from Marion will bring in the ball up. He will attend a prep school in North Carolina next year. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. 3:17 left, and Sean Cadell will inbound the ball for GRANTCO Pacific. Tried to find Jeremy Robinson down low, and it is knocked away. Porter with the ball. Laquan Porter gives it over to Maestrowski, driving baseline. Out top to Jordan Ranch. He drives in the paint. Tried the spin move, goes back the other way. And we will have a 3 that is off the mark. Sean Cadell with the rebound. He brings it all the way up court, gets knocked out of bounds. And there's 2 minutes, 54 seconds left in this first half. 51-34, GRANTCO Pacific. Jeremy Robinson ready to inbound the ball underneath his own basket. Is it over to Farman, way up top, over to Joshua Burnett. He tried to move, but it gets knocked away, back to Farman, over to Burnett on the right. He goes baseline, back over to Jeremy Robinson, who is triple teamed as he goes into the baseline. Makes the shot when he is triple teamed. Nice move by Jeremy Robinson. Maestrowski with the ball, coming right back. Drives baseline, passes it back out. And Porter with a 3 that is off. Ikaika Phillips with the rebound. Gives it over to Joshua Burnett, going 1-on-3. Takes the shot anyway, but I believe he will be called for a travel.
Jeremy Robinson, even though he had 3 guys guarding, there was no one over 6'1" next to him. So that was just a patient wait to get an angle to bank it in.
Sure. Stitzel with the ball now, bounces it really high, covered by Cadell. Knocked away by Joshua Burnett. He's going to go in one-on-one, gets a little distance, separation, and misses the layup. Porter with the rebound. He comes back up. Goes into the paint on the right side. Stitzel with the ball. He drives baseline. And he tries a reverse layup. It is no good. Cadell with the rebound. With Farmon there, he wanted to make sure it wasn't blocked. Burnett almost losing his footing, but makes the little scoop layup, and it is now 55-34 GRANTCO. Majastrowski with the ball over on the right. He pulls back for a 3, and that is nothing but net. Majastrowski with a 3-pointer, and for Majastrowski, his 11th point in the first half. 55-37 GRANTCO, 1:35 left in the first half. Jeremy Robinson with the ball. Over to Cadell, posting Majastrowski much taller on him. Back out to Burnett. He tried the 3. It is no good. Robinson almost gets the rebound. It is knocked away. Majastrowski coming in. 2-on-3, pulls it back out. Now back into the paint. A little fake and a lefty layup that is a little short, but it is knocked out of bound by Ikaika Phillip. And Walt's strategy partner will inbound the ball with 1:14 left in the first half. Jeremy Robinson getting his first breather of the game. And Brian Mason comes back in. And we see that more players have shown up for GRANTCO. They started the game with 6, but now they've got 8 players. That's got to really help, actually, with Walt's strategy partner only with 6 players.
Now you have more subs, and you have a really, so you can rest your better players for the next game.
Stitzel with a little fake, back outside. Majastrowski on the left side, covered by Stan Hardinger. Not going to attempt that shot. Back out to Porter, covered by Cadell. Drives in, back out to Ostrowski for a long 3, and that hits the front of the rim and is out. Farmon with the rebound, over to Brian Mason. Less than a minute left in the first half. Mason driving in the left side. Tried it to his right hand, it is short. And Wall strategy with the rebound. Jordan Ranch over to Stitzel with 43 seconds left in the first half. Stitzel goes in, nothing there. Back outside to Porter. He'll try another 3. That hits the back of the rim. Stan Hardinger with the rebound. And they're not going to use the clock. Mason with the ball, drives baseline, nothing there. Stan Hardinger with the rebound. He is fouled, and he will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Christian Stan Hardinger, who has 20 points already in this game. And I believe he has not missed a free throw as he's looking to make it a 20-point lead. Walt's strategy partner with the ball back will not have the shot clock and will certainly go for one last shot of the half. And the shot is good by Christian. Marco Johnson not happy with one of the officials. And I have a feeling it has something to do with who that last foul was called on. And with 6 players, that's definitely going to be an issue, especially with Koulibaly with 4 fouls already. Stan Hardinger misses his first free throw of the afternoon. Ostrowski with the ball. It's like they're not going to use the clock. And maybe that would have been the better strategy with only 1 possession left. Walt's strategy loses the ball with 20 seconds left in the half. You would imagine GRANTCO is going to go for one last shot.
And if GRANTCO makes it, that'll put up by 20 points. We could have kept the game down to 18.
Christian Stan Hardinger with the ball, and he realized the time left on the clock, keeps staring at it. Back down to 9 seconds. And now Stan Hardinger with 7 is going to try to make his move. Covered tightly, goes in the towards the basket. The ball is knocked off of Christian's knee. And then we'll go over to Walt's strategy partner. 3 seconds left in the first half. 19-point lead, 56-37. Ostrowski not going to touch the ball until he has to. With 3 seconds left, picks it up at midcourt, goes on for a long 3. It is going to be a bank attempt, but it is off. And the first half comes to a close. 56-37 is the score. Pretty high scoring game, at least for GRANTCO. And for Walt's strategy, they closed it down to 11. They had it down to 40-29 and could not stay on that little run. And we know basketball is a game of runs. That was a run for Walt's strategy, but GRANTCO was able to have their own run to end the first half.
I think Walt's strategy's press when Jeremy was out of the game was when they closed the lead to 11 points. I think it was 11 minutes to go. But when they brought Jeremy back in, you had a tall guard to control the tempo and see the ball, which made it a bigger, a harder game for the little guys because they were guarding taller ball players that weren't really speedy ball players. Where Jeremy was a speedy ball player, just made a couple passes, broke the press. Made a couple passes, broke the press, And that was it. I mean, 6 points, they brought the lead back up.
When you're a coach in this league, is it hard to control some of these players who have been stars on the collegiate level and maybe let them know what your strategy is and how you want to maybe sit back a little bit and control the ball more?
My strategy has always been I can't teach you how to play your offensive game because you already know that game. But as a team player on my team, I want you to play team defense. I want you to help the man, help weak side, get the rebound, screen out the shooter, everything that you know, because this defense is what's going to win the game. And that's where strategies came back. There's nothing wrong with their offense. They just got they got a team that's better offense on the floor right now. Because 30 points in a game is not that bad, considering they had the first 5 shots blocked.
Right. If you are Marco Johnson, you have a player with 4 fouls, and Wally Coulibaly, you're down by 19. How long do you hold him out, if at all, of the second half?
I wouldn't. I let him play the first half while he's fresh, while everybody, hopefully they'll be more tired, but they have more players to sub to, because during the last 3 minutes, I think Christian went out for a little bit to get some air, to rest. So, it's a matter of where you got to pick your poison right now. You only have 6 players. Your star player has 4 fouls. So what do? Me personally, I let him play as hard as he can, and then let the game work itself out and see how tight the referees might call the fouls on him, considering we're short. You see, they might not call the ticky-tack fouls at half court, but they might call something a little more brutal under the rim.
Scoring leaders right now for GRANTCO Pacific: Christian Standhardinger, 21 points. Jeremy Robinson with 15. Ikaika Phillip with 8. For a World Strategy partner, only 2 players in double figures: Wally Coulibaly with 13, Maya Ostrowski with 11. And we will take a break for the rest of the halftime activities. We will be back in a few minutes with the second half. Score 56-37. This is Olelo TV. Gary Dickman here and Gilbert Hicks getting ready for the second half of this first game of the NCAA 2014 Basketball Summer League. 4 games being played today, and Gilbert, again, 56-37. You got the next game coming up. What are your thoughts on what you've seen in this half as far as maybe getting your players in transition, or maybe any strategy for the second half and for your team?
Well, the first thing is I hope I don't have Marco's problem and only have 6 guys. Once we get that problem out the way, you can strategize. If you only have 6 guys, depending on his position, you might be, 1 foot in the bucket already.
And we'll see how it goes for World Strategy. Again, they do only have 6 players, and Wally Coulibaly with 4 fouls is starting the second half. GRANTCO Pacific started with 6. They now have 8 players, I believe, there. And Jeremy Robbins with the offensive rebound off a missed shot. Blocked by Coulibaly, and Burnett with a follow-up. That is good. And
that's just straight up height on the boards. That is straight up height on the boards. You can't control the ball, but you keep tipping it till a bigger man on your team can get over a shorter man on their team. And that's what happens.
Burnett with the basket, going for a free throw. Coulibaly really careful on that rebound to make sure that wasn't his foul. Burnett going up for the free throw attempt. It is long. And Nishiyama with the rebound. He starts the second half. 4-well strategy over to Coulibaly. Left corner to Porter. Goes up against Standhardinger. A little spin move. Nothing there. Back out to Maya Ostrowski on the right corner. And he is covered by much taller Farmon from HPU. Maya gets the 3 off. It's the back of the rim. Christian Standhardinger with the rebound. And Jeremy Robinson bringing the ball up past midcourt. Covered by Wally Coulibaly. And they've got to be aware of how many fouls he has. I wonder if maybe Jeremy Robinson will try to take it to Coulibaly. Standhardinger with the baseline move. It is no good. Loose ball picked up by Maya Ostrowski. Going all the way to the left side. Coulibaly for a 3 in the left corner. It is off the mark. Burnett with the rebound, but he loses it to Laquan Porter. Back out to Ostrowski in the paint. Back out to Coulibaly, driving in. And he misses the layup. Ikaika Phillip with the loose ball. He gives it back to Jeremy Robinson. Back to Phillip, driving in the paint. Back over to the right side for Burnett. Maya Ostrowski with a rebound. And World Strategy looking to run. Stitzel for a 3. And nice shot by Keola Stitzel out of Roosevelt. And it is 58-40, 18:30 left in the second half.
18 points down with 18 minutes to go.
Jeremy Robinson slowly bringing the ball, looking for any movement there. Motioning to Christian Standhardinger to set a high screen. Jeremy Robinson drives left before the screen is set over to Farmon underneath the basket. A little lefty scoop shot, and it is in for GRANTCO Pacific. And Farbod Farmon makes the shot, 60-40, 20-point lead. Porter with the ball. Nishiyama with the three, and it is good. Nice shot by Tevin Nishiyama for a well strategy. Cuts it down to 17. GRANTCO Pacific, at least early in the second half, looks like they're taking the time with the ball. Stan Harding with another screen. Robinson couldn't get around it. Back to Stan Harding, almost traveled. Kaika Phillip with the three-pointer from the right corner. It is good. 60-43. 63-43 as Porter comes back up.
Great move.
Well, if nothing else, World Strategy looks like they're looking to run more than GRANTCO. Jeremy Robinson with the ball, covered by Porter. Nice ball handling there, almost gets knocked away. Gives it to Stan Hardinger, down baseline, misses the shot. Wally Coulibaly with the rebound from Chaminade. Gets the ball knocked away, but Stan Hardinger with the foul. And that's the third foul on Christian Stan Hardinger. I believe he is the only player in foul trouble for GRANTCO Pacific, and we'll see if he might come out of the game after that foul. But it is Jeremy Robinson who will come out of the game instead. And a timeout is about to be called by Alan Silva. 17-13 left in the second half, 63-45, 18-point lead for GRANTCO Pacific. Your thoughts after watching almost 3 minutes of the second half, Gilbert?
They need height. They just took out Jeremy Robinson, which is a good 6'4". Then they put in Shane Sardell, which is an easy 6'6". So they just switched off a bigger. I mean, Well Strategy can do what it can, but it needs some board size. That's what they need.
And that's one thing that's pretty difficult to get at this time. So unless their shots are falling, they might be in trouble.
No, their shots aren't falling, and they have no boards. You know, you got too many Indians and not enough bullets. So
yeah. But they did get back, and they cut it down to 11 with about 8 minutes left in the first half, but that was as close as they have gotten, and they get now back out to an 18-point lead.
Well, see, the thing is, they might be able to press them again since Robinson's out of the game, and they have two young guards in.
Wally Coulibaly inbounding the ball. Back to Stitzel, covered by Kaika Phillip. Stitzel driving to the right. Gets the ball knocked away. He got knocked a little bit too as he tells the referee that. Burnett in transition to Stan Hardinger on the left side. Right-handed layup is good. And back to a 20-point lead, 65-45 GRANTCO. Nishiyama with the three that is short. Farmon with the rebound. Gives it to Stan Hardinger. Over to Sean Cadell, who is in the game. Covered by Maya Ostrowski. He does a little spin move, almost a walk. Loses the ball, picks it up, and goes up for the little bank shot underneath the basket.
Should never have a loose ball laid that long inside the key.
Yes.
Somebody should have fell on it to kick it out of the bounds.
67-45 GRANTCO. Porter driving baseline, trying to nothing there, brings it out to Ostrowski for an open three, and it is good. Maya Ostrowski with another three-pointer. And that is his 14th point of the game. Cadell with the ball. Little spin move by Coulibaly, gets fouled by Stitzel as he goes up for a layup, and Sean Cadell will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. 16:08 left in the second half.
Other than Jeremy Robinson, Chandel drives to the bucket, and he's a big man.
And I got one thing, if nothing else, for Alan Silva, keeping Jeremy Robinson fresh in case World Strategy goes on a run. And I guess he can afford to do that with a couple of guys on the bench. As the first free throw is missed by Sean Cadell. And he's out of the Army. We had a couple of Army players from the Army who played in this league. I know Artie Wilson has a couple coming up in the next game against your team.
Well, we have one of ours, is Mr. Summers. He's also from the military, and he serves proudly. He's going to be hopefully here for the game.
Coulibaly with the scoop layup. It goes in. 68-50. GRANTCO with an 18-point lead. And they are pressing a little bit. Now they lack playoff. Drop back. Cadell bringing the ball past midcourt, covered by Coulibaly, who's got to be real careful. Cadell goes in. Looks like it got blocked a little. Misses the shot. Ostrowski looking to run. And goes it over to Stitzel. Coulibaly for a three on the left side. It is off. Nishiyama with the rebound. Porter left baseline drives in. Coulibaly gets the ball. He tries up a little baseline 3-foot shot. It is off the rim. Joshua Burnett with the rebound. And we've got a little collision right in front of us. You think like you got a better look of it than I did, Gilbert.
This is a heated play right here because that was a setup.
Christian Stanhardinger having words with Keola Stitzel, who is shorter by at least a foot, I would say.
And about 100
the foul
pounds.
called on Stitzel is not happy about that. Has some words for Christian. Christian was trying to drive and a walk there. I'm not sure if that was a makeup call or if there is such a thing in this league.
No, there's no such thing as that. Each call is individual.
That's what the refs will tell you every time. And Maya Strauss with another layup. He has been on fire, both driving to the basket and with his three-point shot today. 16 points for Maya Strauski, cuts it to a 16-point deficit. 15 minutes left in the second half. Cadell brings the ball, covered by Koulibaly. And Mason with a three-pointer on the right side. It is short. Cadell with a rebound over to Joshua Burnett. He will take a three, hits the front of the rim and is off. Stitzel with the ball, driving all the way to the basket and gets fouled by Kaika Phillip of Iolani, and he will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
So you reiterate about the military in the summer league. I think Llewellyn Smalley came from the military and went to Chaminade and became an outstanding player there. So the military connection in Hawaii is very good because a lot of players go in young, right out of high school, and they mature their game and their skills while they're there. But coming into Hawaii, there's so many little leagues to play in there.
Sure.
They have opportunity to develop and get noticed.
Are these guys from the military that play in these leagues? Are they predominantly stationed here throughout the year?
No. Summers, from what I understand, he might rotate out sometime after Christmas.
Okay.
That's the hard part is that for them to end their military service in Hawaii, like happened to Llewellyn, he just moved right on over.
Right, at any moment, sure. Mason drives baseline. It is blocked. Loose ball.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Bite the wood. That's how you get it.
And we have a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to Walt Strategy Partner. As 14:27 left in the second half, 68-54 is the score. GRANTCO Pacific over Walt Strategy Partner.
And they brought Jeremy Robinson back in the game.
And Farbod Farman in the bench along with Brian Mason for GRANTCO Pacific. Jordan Ranch on the bench for Walt Strategy as Stitzel has the ball, drives into the paint. Cutting Maya Strauski, makes the reverse layup, just misses off the rim. Jeremy Robinson with the rebound. Bringing it up, covered by Ostrowski. Gets a pick by Stanhardinger. Loses the ball. Nishiyama brings it to Ostrowski, trying for the layup, but Stanhardinger in his way. Maya pulls it back out. Gets Porter. He brings it back up top. Now into the paint. Uncontested, goes past two guys for an easy layup. Nice move by Laquan Porter. And it's back down to 12 points. We thought this game might have been over. It was a 22-point lead just a few minutes ago. And with 13:51 left, definitely time left. You got to give Walt Strategy Partner a lot of credit. No quit in them. And they are definitely within striking distance, only down by 12 points. You talked a few minutes ago about you need more height. Even without the height, give them credit for coming back in this game.
Forcing the turnovers, making the easy shots, stretching the floor. That's how they do it. That's why Alex Silva called the timeout, because he felt the game was slipping away. 2 more three-pointers. This game is where they're fighting to stay ahead, not to win the game.
You sit on that lead. You're not in your normal offensive flow. That might come back to haunt you.
It always has. I think was it Kentucky and Puerto Rico. Once you beat a team, you don't think about that you can It's just the natural mindset of human beings. You know, we beat you once, which is pretty easy, and that's the hardest thing for a coach is to coach success. If your team is winning, it's hard to tell them that you got to do this more, you got to play this more. But coach, we're winning. It doesn't count because down the line you're gonna meet a better team, and then you're like, oh.
I think that's why when you say basketball is a game of runs, you'll see a team go up by 20. Rarely will they go up by 40. They will sit on that, go out of their normal offensive flow, and the other team, little sense of urgency, will come back often and make it a closer game. We'll see if Walt Strategy Partner has more in this run as they cut the lead from 22 to 12 with 13:48 left, 68-56.
Next couple of minutes to say who scores and who gets the turnovers.
Kaika Phillip with the ball, screened by Jeremy Robinson, throws up the shot, hits the rim and off. Stanhardinger with the rebound, puts it up and in, and that's the height right there. An easy rebound and basket for Christian.
That's a drill.
Stitzel with the ball, gives it over to Nishiyama, back over to Stitzel, covered by Stanhardinger, drives past him, but passes the ball over to Maestrowski. He'll bring it back out, try a two-pointer from 14 feet. It is short. Porter with a nice offensive rebound over Jeremy Robinson. Passes it over to Nishiyama. He misses the three. Jeremy Robinson with a rebound. Sees Joshua Burnett. Pass midcourt. Gives it to Phillip, driving baseline. 1 against 4, and he makes the shot. 4 defenders for Walt Strategy. Kaika Phillip makes the baseline layup. And it is back up to a 16-point lead, 72-56. Stitzel with the ball. He gets fouled as he attempts a left-handed layup, fouled by Kaika Phillip. 12:52 left in the second half. 72-56 is the score. And Keola Stitzel will go to the free throw line, attempting to cut it down to a 14-point lead.
They have to make the jump shots, make these free throws right here, maybe set up a press. They're back into a 12-point game.
And Stitzel's first shot, nothing but net.
That's good. That's good. Let's see if they press it up here.
It's a 5th point for Keola Stitzel. Averages 4.9 for the Summer League. Iowa Wesleyan College now, former Roosevelt High School player. Stitzel makes the second free throw. 72-58, 14-point lead. Cadell with the ball in the paint. Spin move. Gets blocked by Coulibaly. Stitzel with the foul, though Coulibaly was there as well. I think they'll call it on Keola Stitzel. And Sean Cadell will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
They're going to have to call off the press because that was too easy for Jeremy to blow by 2 men and before half court.
Yeah. We'll see if fatigue sets in at all for Welt Strategy partners down the stretch. A couple of guys, to say the least, with their hands on their hips already for Welt Strategy, and understandably so. First shot is off by Sean Cadell. He averages 15.2 for the Summer League. And he makes the second free throw, 73-58, 12:40 left in the second half. Coulibaly with the ball, past midcourt, covered by Jeremy Robinson. Looking for an opening, goes into the paint, spins to the right, tries a little bank shot. It is off. Cadell with a rebound. It is knocked away. And they are calling it off. Sean Cadell, who said somebody else from Welt Strategy had knocked it off of his hands. Refs don't agree. Welt Strategy with the ball. Coulibaly inbounding under his own basket. Over to Laquan Porter, covered by Kaika Phillip. Drives into the paint, and he goes in for an easy
nice
layup.
Layup, nice layup. They might be getting tired. Oh, there's a steal. There's a steal.
And the ball is knocked away temporarily by Tevin Nishiyama, and it is regained as it goes out of bounds for GRANTCO Pacific inbounding the ball. Kaika Phillip lost the ball. A little bit of traffic. Sean Cadell inbounding. 12:07 left in the second half. Christian Stanhardinger gets the ball, covered by Laquan Porter. Stanhardinger drives, and they call it charge on Christian Stanhardinger.
It was more of a push than a charge on his pass.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that one. And Christian doesn't argue this time for a change. 73-60.
Sometimes it's obvious.
Yes, yes. But even when it's obvious with some of these guys, they still like to let the referees know that they were wrong, just to see if they'll get a makeup. And we are watching the replay. Yes, Christian with his left arm got him.
Anytime you straighten out that elbow, you push it.
Yes. And he is complaining to the ref a little bit. Actually complaining to Marco Johnson about the foul for some reason, the coach of Welt Strategy partner. Stitzel with the ball, dribbling it around, nothing there. Back out to Porter. 15 on the shot clock. Porter with the ball, trying to drive over Stanhardinger with his long arm. Nothing there at all. He tried the reverse layup, and it goes in over Christian Stanhardinger.
We're back to 11-point game, baby. Down to 11-point game. 11 points, 11 minutes. Used to be 18 points, 18 minutes.
I definitely give Welt Strategy credit for what they've been able to do in coming back in this game. As Alan Silva is ready to put Farmar back in the game for GRANTCO. Jeremy Robinson loses the ball, gets it back. Ball on the shot clock. Stanhardinger doesn't need the shot clock, misses the three. Cadell picks up the offensive rebound, and he gets fouled.
That's straight size. I tip it over you to tip it to me.
I'd like the foul will be called on number 20, Tevin Nishiyama. And Sean Cadell will be going to the free throw line for 2 free throws. 73-62, 11-point lead with 11:14 left in the second half.
Free throws would be critical. You're only down by 11 points. If he makes these 2, you score 3, get it back, you're down by 7. Bam, here we go.
We've seen Cadell miss a couple now late in the last couple of minutes here.
That's fatigue. Coach always says we used to shoot practice after you sprinted us.
I'm sure if you're Marco Johnson, you'll take them making 1 out of 2 free throws every time right now. Cadell up for the second shot. It is off again.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Volley with a rebound, trying to cut it to single digits. It's amazing that we're saying that. Koulibaly with the ball. Over on the right side, covered by Jeremy Robinson. Eyes the basket. Drives into the paint. Draws the foul. And they're going to call that continuation. Jeremy Robinson saying this isn't the NBA, but they are going to call it and one. There's a 9-point lead, and Koulibaly trying to make it an 8-point lead.
But see, how can Jeremy Robinson say that when he does the exact same thing with a double clutch to get the foul? See, now here we are back in the game, and I guarantee you they're going to press. He drops these 2 free throws. You're looking at an 8-point game. Oh, baby. Oh.
Almost. They still get it down to single digits, 73-64, less than 11 minutes left in the second half. Robinson with the ball, gives it over to Phillip, right side Burnett for a 3, and it will be short. And nobody going after the rebound, so Jordan Rand picks it up a little strategy, running in transition, coast to coast, gets it blocked, something we haven't seen since the first few minutes of the game, but we get a block again by number 50, Farbod Farman from HPU.
And he was the one that's blocking him in the first part of the first 3 minutes. They should have figured it out. If he's in the game, stop and take the bank shot. Stop and take the bank shot.
Ranch inbounding the ball to Stitzel, covered by Phillip. Thinks about a 3. I'm not sure what they are complaining about.
They're complaining about his distance. If your man is at the 3-point line, you have to be on that side of the court divided by the key line. So he's staying on the wrong side of the Mason-Dixon line is what they're complaining about.
Okay. And the shot is no good as GRANTCO comes back and Sean Cadell with a layup off a Jeremy Robinson pass, which steals the inbound, turns around for a 3. That would have been huge. Nishiyama with the rebound, almost loses it. Koulibaly gets the ball, 75-64. Koulibaly gets the ball knocked away by Jeremy Robinson. Jeremy Robinson brings it back past midcourt, goes up for another 3, and this one is good by Jeremy Robinson. And just like that, a 14-point lead after cutting it down to 9 and possibly 8. GRANTCO up by 14 with 9:45 left in the second half.
Turnovers and rebounds, that's what cost that lead.
Stitzel on that one, cut into the lane, had nowhere to go, so switched from the left to the right and still had nowhere to go and threw up a shot hoping, but it gets blocked out of bounds, and he will inbound the ball under their own basket. 9:40 left in the second half. Gives it over Maya Ostrowski for an NBA 3 and then some. It is off. Burnett with the rebound. And he is covered by Porter. Almost loses it. Josh Burnett gives it over to Sean Cadell. He drives left into the paint, switches to the right, makes the shot, and it is good, and a foul for Sean Cadell of GRANTCO Pacific.
Like Sean wasn't going to take him down. I mean, come on, man.
We'll see if he can make a free throw. He's missed 3 of his last 4 foul shots, but it is an 80-64 lead just like that, and we wondered about Walt Strategy's run. Would they have any more in them? And doesn't look like that right now as Cadell misses another 3 free throw. That's 4 out of 5 free throw misses for Sean Cadell. Jordan Ranch with the corner jump shot, and it is good for a 3-pointer, and it is down to 13 points, 80-67, coming up on 9 minutes left in the second half.
But for GRANTCO, this is the worst position to be in because you haven't stretched the lead out, and they're always 1 shot or 2 shots from getting within 7.
And it just seems like Walt Strategy, they've had runs in the first half. They had a run a few minutes ago, and sometimes you'll see a run take a lot out of you, and then the leading team will be able to expand on their lead. And that's what we've seen the last minute. We'll see if Walt Strategy does have any more left in a run. As Stitzel drives in, even after the foul, throws up a shot to make it a 2-point foul, but I don't think they will call it that. It is going to be a 1-and-1, as that is a 17 foul for GRANTCO Pacific.
Well, see, the thing.
Walt Strategy with only 16 fouls at this point.
Well, it's the runs. It's like the puffing up of the balloon and the exhaling and inhaling. And that's what you're seeing right here. When they're pushing it, the other team shrinks. When the other team shrinks, they're pushing it. So all Walt Strategy needs is one player that's 6'6" to help the boards, and it'd be a different game.
Stitzel at the free throw line. And he makes the first shot, giving him a second free throw. Stitzel, that will be his 8th point of the game. And he will attempt the second one to cut it down to 11, potentially. And he misses that free throw. Farmon with the rebound, gives it to Jeremy Robinson. Lead is 12, 80-68. Robinson with the ball. Screen is there. He doesn't take it. Gives it to Stan Hardinger with a little small bounce pass.
Oh, great steal, great steal.
Stan Hardinger cannot control the ball down low. Koulibaly comes up with it. He is fouled right in front of us at midcourt by Farmon of HPU, who pleads his case, but definitely a good call by the referees there.
No problem, man. You can't ride him. He ain't no saddle on him.
And now Wally Koulibaly will have a one-on-one with 8:37 left. There is a timeout on the court. 80-68 the score, 8:37 left. And again, Walt's strategy, we thought they were out of it several times, but they keep coming back for more.
Yeah, they're down by 12. As I said, GRANTCO is in a bad position because they might wind up getting close or tied up in the most crucial part of the game, which would be the end, because they can't get that 20-point lead up yet again. They're only down by 12.
And free throws is part of the reason they've been able to stay somewhat within distance, as again, Sean Cadell has done a great job tonight, but he's missed 4 out of 5 free throws in the last several minutes.
But the hardest coaching job right now is GRANTCO, because you're coaching from a lead, and it's hard to coach from a lead when you don't have these players in practice. You're down by 12. You're telling them, you scrap, you crawl, you cut, you do everything you do. You walk on broken glass because you're down. You have nothing to lose. And then GRANTCO has to try and maintain the lead without turning the ball over.
Right. When you're in this league, do you call set plays as a coach?
From the out of bounds, because that's the only time that you know where you're going to get the ball. And the players, you have 30 seconds, you give them an out of bounds play, a box, a line, a diamond, something they've all seen before, nothing too sophisticated.
Sure. Okay, they come out of the timeout. Again, 8:37 left in the second half. Gary Dickman with Gilbert Hicks here. First of 4 games here at Manoa Rec Center. Next game coming up will be Solar Universe, Artie Wilson's team against Gilbert Hicks, National Fire Protection. The winner of these first 2 games will have to play again. The winner of this game right now will play at 6 o'clock tonight, and they will go up against Chosen Few, tied with they get the number 1 seed, tied with Clark Hatch Fitness. The winner of the next game, Solar Universe and National Fire, they will play at 7:30 tonight against Clark Hatch Fitness. No easy task for a team to try to win 2 games in one day.
I think it's something that coaches, we used to have 2-a-day practices. When you're young, we had 2-a-day practices. So, a game, 2-a-day games, like we say, we got a game today?
You and I both lived in Hilo. You played there, and I used to play in leagues there. We used to play 3-4 games in a day sometimes in some of those tournaments.
Down at old Shipman's Gym?
Yep, definitely. The good old days. In Pahoa, remember that well. As a layup is completed by GRANTCO, 82-70. Jordan Ranch driving baseline, nothing there. Gives it over to Porter, pulls back, nothing there. Gives it back out to Koulibaly, over to Stitzel. Had a 3, thought about it, drives in the paint, back out to Laquan Porter. He tries a 3. It is around the rim and out. Farmon with the rebound over to Jeremy Robinson.
That would have been a big 3.
Robinson drives in, gives it over to Stan Hardinger, misses the shot. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. GRANTCO Pacific will keep the ball. 12-point lead, 7:49 left in the second half.
The next 2 minutes, if they can break it down and get some defense.
Stan Hardinger passes to Farmon with an easy layup.
Oh, that was too easy.
And I believe he is the tallest player in this league at 6'11". From HPU. Koulibaly with the ball over to Nishiyama. He takes a 3, hits the front of the rim. A little push off by Maya Strowski as he gets the offensive rebound. Stitzel in the paint. Drives against Stan Hardinger. Thinks about it. Pulls it out to Strowski. He pulled it back out. Koulibaly with a 3 from the left side. It is nothing but net.
Oh,
Back
man.
down to 11 again.
Back in it again.
With the whole strategy, you can't keep going back and forth to 9, 10, 11, 12. You're going to have to, within a few minutes, cut it down even quick to a lower deficit.
And that's exactly what GRANTCO is afraid of. A missed shot here, a turnover. There's your turnover, 3 seconds.
And I heard somebody say 3 seconds. I'm not sure if that was a call or not.
The referee did call 3 seconds. Now we're playing for strategy now.
Stitzel driving in. Maya Strowski gets the ball back out top, covered by a much bigger Farmon. A long 3, and Strowski hits the front of the rim.
That's great rundown play.
Nice
Great
play.
rundown play.
Robinson takes a 3. It is in and out. Stan Hardinger with the offensive rebound. He takes it up and throws up a bank shot.
Trying to fake a foul.
13-point lead for GRANTCO. Koulibaly with a nice fake. And another 3. And it hits the front of the rim and back out. Farmon with the rebound over to Jeremy Robinson. Burnett with a layup He gets fouled. And that is going to be on
collision.
Wally Coulibaly. Will that be his last foul?
That was a dangerous collision.
As Burnett will go to the free throw line for 2.
He's got.
And they're looking at the scorer's table. And I could not tell exactly who that foul was called. I thought it was on Coulibaly. Burnett with the free throw. It is good. And that appears to be Coulibaly's 5th foul. 6 fouls until you foul out in the summer league. Okay, so he does have one more. Ranch with the rebound off the missed free throw. 87-73. Ranch with the ball. Drives into the paint over Farman, who gets past Farman. Ranch with a nice little scoop layup. 87-75. Robinson gets the ball past midcourt. Covered by Maya Strowski. Pulls up for a 15-footer. It hits the rim and off. Farman with the rebound. Does a little fake and gets the layup in. 89-75, coming up on 6 minutes left in the second half. Stitzel driving in the paint, pulled it back out. Tries a 3 from the right corner. It hits rim and off. Cadell with the rebound. 2-on-2. He drives in the paint. 1-on-2. Misses the shot. Stan Hardinger misses the rebound. And now Stitzel with the ball. 3-on-2 for Walt Strategy. Coulibaly with the bank layup. 89-77, 5:40 left. Again, they're maintaining this deficit, but for Walt Strategy, coming up on 5.5 minutes, you've got to start getting a little closer. Burnett almost loses the ball. Brings it out to Jeremy Robinson. Drives in the paint, little finger rolls, no good. Stan Hardinger makes the layup, off of the missed shot.
That's know you have size in the basket if you miss.
When I see guys take threes in this league, I don't mind. When I see guys take threes from like 7-8 feet in back of the line, that's different. Coulibaly tries a normal 3 right in back of the line. It is out. 91-77, GRANTCO. Shot is missed. Jeremy Robinson picks up the offensive rebound. Stan Hardinger for a 3 and hits the front of the rim and out. Coulibaly picks up the loose ball. Gives it to Jordan Ranch. Nobody near him. He makes the easy layup, and it is now 91-79. Marco Johnson calling a timeout for Walt Strategy partner. 4:42 left in the game, and they are down by 12. Definitely with time, definitely within striking distance, but they've got to cut it down to a single digits in a hurry, or time will run out on them.
That's the key factor, time. Because right now, I think GRANTCO is hesitant about shooting the jumpers. That's why Jeremy's been shooting them. Well, strategy feels like we can win this game. We got 4 minutes. We get 2 points, get a turnover, maybe get the ball out of bounds. We can win this.
If you're Alan Silva, you're going to tell the team to maybe use the shot clock now a little bit more?
No, I think tell them to play your game and don't turn the ball over. Where they get where well strategy gets it is now in the offense. It's getting a turnover and a fast break, or they miss a free throw and get a turnover. So well strategies may create turnovers. GRANTCO don't commit turnovers. Because if they get the turnovers, the lead is going to go down. And that's what you probably tell them. You might even see a smaller lineup in for GRANTCO just for ball control.
If you're Alan Silva, do you try to isolate whoever is getting covered by Wally Coulibaly to try to get him to foul out already, now with 5 fouls?
No. I'll let Wally Coulibaly play his game. I just have my guys as well strategy play yours. Because you try and foul out somebody like that, you have 4 minutes. You're only down by 12. You give me 2 good 3 points and a couple good stops. We right here with 2 minutes to go.
Sure.
That's what we need is for them to, for what well strategy is, gets a couple stops and a couple scores.
And that will be a key to get a stop. Stop being within 10 or 12, cut it down to 8 or even less over the next several minutes with 4:42 left
here we
in
go.
The second half.
You see, here they go.
Cadell with the ball, covered by Coulibaly. Kind of picking up more than midcourt now. Double teaming him, almost throws the ball away, but Jeremy Robinson has it, covered by Ostrowski. Strowski all over Jeremy Robinson, tips the ball out. Robinson with the ball again, 12 on the shot clock. Pick coming up by Cadell, going for the pick and roll.
There's a
and
turnover.
The ball's thrown away. And there you go, Maya Strowski with the
There's
ball.
a turnover.
Gets the ball, drives to the basket, and cuts it to a 10-point lead.
We're back in it.
Just like you predicted. 91-81, 4:06 left in the second half.
There you go. That's your trap.
Picking up full court. Stan Hardinger gets the ball. He drives coast to coast.
There's your turnover.
Another turnover.
There's your turnover.
And they call an intentional foul. At Stan Hardinger, as I said earlier, was a great player, but ball handling is not his strength. He tried to get a pass off, but it is knocked away. And as Wall Strategy picks up the ball, they call an intentional foul on GRANTCO Pacific. Should be 2 shots in the ball with an intentional foul, I thought. But one of the referees, and the ball's going back.
Okay,
and
no,
forth.
he probably didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, it's an intentional foul. So Keola Stitzel,
It's a flagrant one.
flagrant one they're calling it. Wow. I'm not sure if I've ever seen one of those in this league. See, intentional fouls. So Stitzel will get 2 free throws, and Wall Strategy will get the ball. Oh, in and out for the first free throw.
If they make this,
3:57 left.
this would be the closest they begin. 9 points for the entire game.
Second free throw is up and good. 91-82 is the score. Wall Strategy will get the ball after the flagrant one. And for Alan Silva's GRANTCO Pacific, you've got 2 of their better players and starters, Farbach Farmon and Jeremy Robinson on the bench. See how long that'll last. Porter picks the ball up at midcourt. 9-point deficit, looking to cut it to 7 or less. Drives the baseline, nothing there. Almost travels.
Oh,
Gives
what
it
a
to
pass!
Koulibaly.
What a pass!
I don't know how he got that pass
man.
off.
Around the back, under the bucket.
Beautiful pass and shot. Good
Make him
teamwork.
turn. Make him turn.
And Burnett misses the layup. Mason with the rebound. Gives it back to Burnett. He gets the layup. Big basket for GRANTCO. 93-84. 3:32 left in the second half. Ditzel with the ball. Nothing there. Gives it over to Ranch. He's another 3. Nice shot by Jordan Ranch. And now it is just a 6-point game. Unbelievable with 3:19 left. 93-87. Wall Strategy can definitely take their time now, but they're still pressing. And they see it working. Why not? With all these turnovers, another one. Stitzel brings the ball up. Back out to Ranch. Drives in the paint. Goes in for a layup and another basket by Jordan Ranch. 93-89. 4-point lead with 3 minutes left. Unbelievable.
As I said, make them turn it over and score on your end. You can win the game.
Dan Hardinger loses the ball, but it bounces over to Cadell, who just says, clear it out, I got it. Gets the ball knocked away by Ostrowski. Cadell back with the ball. 12 on the shot clock, and Alan Silva kind of upset with his team. With 2:44 left, 11 seconds left on the shot clock. We've got a 2-possession game. Who would have thunk it a few minutes ago? This game looked like it was basically over.
It's that wealth strategies just has nothing to lose. When you have nothing to lose, you crawl from the bottom. And that's what it is right now. So GRANTCO, he's probably telling them, get the ball in, control your turnovers. You know, don't look at the refs to call the fouls you think you should get. You know, make the good pass. All the stuff the coach should be yelling at you. This is where you have practice. This is where you hold the ball, move it, and take your time. You know, you don't try and stall it, but you use the clock for a better shot.
Right, you know, out of your normal flow. It didn't look like they were really stalling or just using the clock, but they were a little bit more patient, maybe a little complacent, thinking they had the game won.
Lackadaisical.
Yeah.
You know, I should have,
And give Wall Strategy a lot of credit. 6 players on their team, down by 22. I think it was 82-60 was the score just several minutes ago. And what a run. 29-9 run by Wall Strategy to get back within 2 possessions. 93-89 is the score. 2:44 left in the game. We're going to check on the timeouts hopefully in just a second. And both teams in the 1-on-1 situation, 19 fouls for GRANTCO, although the next foul on them will make it a 2 free throws automatically for the rest of the game. Only 7 team fouls for Wall Strategy. So they still can foul and go to the 1-on-1 several times now. Jeremy Robinson gets the ball, covered by Maya Ostrowski. He plays him very tight. Stan Hardinger ready to set a screen, and the ball gets knocked out. Maya Ostrowski has knocked the ball away from Jeremy Robinson about 5 times in this game. Ball comes into Stan Hardinger, and the referees, I believe, are not ready. Clock was not operating, so they have to check on the clock.
The clock went dark for a second or two.
They only have 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Hopefully for GRANTCO, they are aware of that. Stan Hardinger gets the ball. And I'm not sure if he's aware that he only had 7, but he pulls it out for a 3. It is short. The ball comes out to Farmon, picks up the loose ball, knocked away. And the lack of height has quick guards to pick up the loose ball. Ostrowski has the ball, down by 4. Good pass, Koulibaly driving baseline. He misses the shot, but he is fouled. Will go to the free throw line to try to cut it to 2 points.
The wheels have
And
came
you
off.
mentioned the lack of height, which is true for Wall Strategy, but it also gives them the quicker hands and the quicker guard, picking up a lot of these steals and turnovers.
Exactly. He should put his ball handlers in and leave and make Shadell the biggest player on the floor. Because with Shadell on the floor, there's no one even close to his size. He's a good ball handler. Make him the center, and you have 4 guards.
First free throw is missed by Wally Coulibaly, trying to cut it to 1 possession. 2:22 left in the second half. 93-89 is the score. A terrific run here and a terrific finish here at Manoa Rec Center.
He's got to make this one to get the press. All right,
makes the second shot, 93-90. They do set up the press. Cadell with the ball.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gives it over to Farmer.
I'll let him dribble.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they want him with the ball. Cadell gets the ball back. Covered by a Ranch. Pulls it back out. 15 on the shot clock. Cadell with the ball. Tries up a layup. It goes around the rim and in. Nice shot by Sean Cadell.
They're only down by 5 with 2 minutes to go.
Still plenty of time. Only a 2-possession game. Ball comes out to Ranch for another 3. He's been deadly. Another 3 by Jordan Ranch. What a shot. Again.
As I said, you don't want to be this close with 2 minutes.
2-point game. Cadell with the ball, drives baseline, covered by 3, misses the shot, and Ostrowski picks up the loose ball, looking to tie this game up. Porter with the layup, it is blocked by Kaika Phillips, no foul, and now an easy basket for Sean Cadell, as well strategy was caught on the other side of the court.
Only puts them up by 4 points.
97-93, a minute 21 left in the second half. Ostrowski with the ball, drives in for the layup, passes it back out to Porter for a 3. It is good. Got a 1-point game, 97-96.
Wake up, Grandma.
With 1:05
Wake up,
left.
Grandma.
Cadell loses the ball.
That's backcourt.
And he calls a timeout.
That's backcourt.
And now you're saying is that he had the ball across the midcourt line where his feet were on the other side.
But then he pulled the ball back across to call the timeout.
Right. That was a close one. I agree with you on that. The referees do not say anything. Marco Johnson didn't really complain much on that. I think he's just happy that they're down by 1. Minute 2 left in the game.
Yes, but that would have been a that might have been a reviewable call.
What I was told before the game is that they are not going to instant replay at all.
No, not here, but somewhere on the top scale, that exact play is going to come up.
Oh, sure.
It's going to be like, because he did cross, the ball went across. He had to grab the ball, then he brought it back across the line because he lost control of it.
Sure.
And then he regained control of it. But that's something they're going to have to, that's a coaching thing there.
Leighton Porter with that last 3 now has 18 points for Wells Strategy. He had 21, Jordan Ranch with 18. Wally Coulibaly leads all scorers with 27 for Wells Strategy. Maya Ostrowski with 16. We've got Christian Stanharding with 31. And Jeremy Robinson also with 19 for GRANTCO as they come back out of the timeout. 97-96. GRANTCO with a 1-point lead. A minute 2 left in the second half as Christian Stanhardinger looks to inbound the ball.
I was informed by one of the referees here that you have to have both feet over and the ball to be considered a backcourt. His feet were the determining factor.
Okay. Cadell with the ball covered by Porter. Double team by Coulibaly. Takes the shot. He is fouled. I believe that is going to be on Ranch.
That was
Coulibaly. He is out.
That was a direct play of a big man turning to post up a smaller man, knowing there was no one inside to come over taller to help. See?
And I believe that is on Jordan Ranch with that last foul. Sean Cadell, who's been pretty off on the free throw line, missing 4 of his last 5, will attempt 2.
If he misses, we see who gets the rebounds.
And he misses again. Maybe that was a good guy to foul for Walt Strategy. 56 seconds left in the second half.
Wake up, Grandma.
Cadell misses again. He has missed 6 out of 7. Now Walt Strategy can take their first lead of the game. Porter with the ball. Gives it over to Coulibaly. He makes the shot, and Walt Strategy takes the lead. 98-97, 48 seconds left in the second half. What an amazing comeback. Christian Stanhardinger with the ball, dribbling past midcourt. Gives it over to Jeremy Robinson, knocked away for a second by Maya Ostrowski. Jeremy Robinson forces up a bad shot. I don't know why he took that shot. It's an air ball. 37 seconds left, and Walt Strategy is going to call a timeout. Up by 1, 98-97.
As they say, the game ain't over till it's over. And they never gave up. The lackadaisicalness of certain plays kept Wealth Strategies' hope alive.
One of the keys in this game, and again, I mentioned the point total, Maya Ostrowski with 16 points. He has 5 assists. but he has knocked the ball away at least 7 or 8 times, really causing disarray for GRANTCO Pacific. What a great defensive effort by Maya Strowski, as well as the offense with the assist and point. He's been a big key in this comeback. And we will see what the strategy is now for GRANTCO Pacific. Down by 1. They have been up by 22. It's 82-60. And they have been outscored 38-15 over the last 6 minutes in this second half. 98-97, and we were thinking this game was all but over, even though, as you say, the game is never over. And teams don't quit, and give Will Strategy credit all game long. When they were traveling early in the first minute or two, they had no quit in them and made several comebacks. But I thought they might have been out of it at 82-60. But they were doing a great job.
Even though Wealth Strategy was down most of the game, GRANTCO did the thing that all coaches, they did not put them away. Even though you're down by 20 points, GRANTCO did not crush them. They did not break their will.
Right.
You know, so even though you're beating me by 20, you're not winning. You're just beating me. And that's what it is. Now they, on the other hand, Wealth Strategies, on the other hand, is feeling like they can win this game.
Wealth Strategy with only 6 players, a height disadvantage. They've got the ball up by 1. They can't run out the clock. Maya Strowski gets fouled by Christian Stanhardinger. And that will be 2 shots now for Maya Strowski. That is a 10th team foul for GRANTCO Pacific. I'm not sure I like that foul. I don't think it was intentional, but I think Christian could have done a better job of giving Strowski space. It was not even mid-court where he fouled Maya.
Well, that was a foul because if he got by him being down by 1.
And Strowski barely misses the first free throw. Hits the back of the rim, front of the rim, and bounces out.
Here it goes, here it goes, here it goes.
He will look to make it a 2-point lead for Wealth Strategy, their only lead of the game. And he makes the second, 99-97, 32 seconds left. GRANTCO Pacific with the ball will have to shoot before the shot, and a 3-pointer by Kaika Phillip.
Oh, my
Kaika
God.
Phillip with a 3-pointer from the right corner, and it is now GRANTCO Pacific up by 1, 21 seconds left. Porter with the ball. Drives into the paint, cuts behind the Cuddy Coulibaly, and he misses the layup with 16 seconds left all by himself. And Porter knocks the ball out of bounds.
That was a great pass.
It was a great pass by Wealth Strategy. Wally Coulibaly was all by himself, cutting under the basket, but he missed a reverse layup. And GRANTCO Pacific will get the ball back. 11 seconds left. No shot clock on. Up by 1, 100-99. Stanhardinger with the ball, driving to the paint. Gets the foul, which is what he wanted. He actually wanted the 3-point play. But he will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws with, I believe, 8 seconds left. 7 seconds left. And Jordan Ranch fouls out of the game. He has done a great job for GRANTCO Wealth Strategy partner. 18 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Jordan Ranch fouls out. 7 seconds left. Now, even if Stanhardinger makes these free throws, Wealth Strategy will have a chance to tie the game with 7 seconds left. If I'm a coach, and we'll see what happens with these free throws first. Stanhardinger makes the first. If I'm a coach and I'm up by 3 with less than 7 seconds left, I'd foul a team, cause them to go to the free throw line for 2 instead of giving them a chance at a 3. Would you do that, Gilbert?
No. To me, I feel you should play him down here. Foul him, and he gets a 2. When you're hoping he makes a 2. What if he makes a 2, you turn the ball over? I've seen that happen. The last 3 seconds, he makes a 2. Somebody's supposed to get the rebound, the fall, bounce up, and they tip it in, bam, you lost.
Big free throw for Christian. He makes the second. Now it is 102-99. 7 seconds left. Stitzel with the ball. He drives in, loses the ball. Stanhardinger picks it up, and it looks like they just throw the ball up in the air to run out the clock. What a game. What a finish. GRANTCO Pacific wins 102-99, and their reward is they will get to play at 6 o'clock against Chosen Few in the semifinals of the NCAA Summer League. What a finish we've had here.
I think that was a great finish. But like I said, for GRANTCO, it's always hard to maintain that lead. And this is a perfect example. Up by 20 at the half and win by, 3? That's tough.
I thought Wealth Strategy was coming back and not really taking control, but with less than 30 seconds left, maybe had this game won. And they made 1 out of 2 free throws by Ostrowski, then Coulibaly with that missed layup. That basically would have almost sealed the deal. That would have given them a lot more control down the stretch.
And the free throws they missed right down at the end, that would have definitely made a difference in the game. But that's the way the game is. You see?
And
Now
we're
we got
gonna
to see for the second game.
We're going to try to get Christian Standhardinger over here as a player of the game, a member of the winning team, as the team shake hands, and then we are getting set for the second quarterfinal game of the day. That will be Solar Universe, coached by Artie Wilson, and then Gilbert Hicks. You got to coach a game.
I got to coach a game. I got to go, baby.
All right,
Nice
well,
being
good
with
luck.
you, Gary.
Thank you for joining us, and
Thank
we
you.
will talk to you later on. Great game.
Definitely.
And we're going to get the player of the game. We're going to try to get Christian Standhardinger over here in just a minute and talk to him, as we are about 7 minutes away from the second quarterfinal game. I will be joined by Chris Hart in just a couple of minutes, as he will help me call the second game. Tony Solito will call the second two games of the afternoon. The semifinals coming up a little bit later. And we're going to try to get Christian over here in just a minute and talk to him about his thoughts of this great game in just a minute. But what a finish. 102-99 is the final, as GRANTCO Pacific avenges a loss just a few weeks ago and had complete control of this game just a few minutes ago. But Wealth Strategy made a great comeback, and a couple of missed shots down the stretch really cost them. And GRANTCO Pacific will advance, and we will have a new champion in the NCAA Summer League, as last year's champion, Wealth Strategy partner, loses the game, and they were last year's champion. They will go home. Great season and a great effort by Wealth Strategy partner. And it looks like the teams playing in the next game, among other things, have a lot more than 6 players on each team, as the last game started off with 6 on each team. So we will get these guys warming up, and Artie Wilson's team has won many championships, will be getting ready to win a playoff game. Last year they got upset in the first round. I think an advantage for them is Derek Lowe is here, and he hasn't made all the game, but when he is here, they do very well. And we're going to be joined right now by Chris Hart. He will be calling the play-by-play for the second game. Chris, thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you very much, Gary. We can only hope that this next game is as exciting as that last one. I came in about, there was probably 18 minutes or 12 minutes left in this second half. And it was GRANTCO was up by 10. They were up by 14. It looked like it was pretty much a done deal. And then the Wealth Strategy partners came back. That was an exciting game. Good play by Maya Strowski in that
Yeah,
game.
he had a great game defensively, I think, knocking the ball away about 6 or 7 times. You don't see that in the stats, but he did a great job disrupting the offensive flow. And the reward for GRANTCO Pacific, they're going to imagine hang out here. They've got a game coming up in about an hour and a half, so we'll see how they perform in their second game, but at least they get their first win out of the way already, so good job by them.
And also for GRANTCO Pacific, it was good to see the youngsters like Ikaika Phillip and Joshua Burnett get plenty of playing time during that. You mentioned they had 6 or 7 players.
Yeah.
So it's good to see the young guys get a chance to go out and play.